Good day, Doctor. We are from Group 4. We will be presenting about CIMB Group financial statement. So CIMB Group is an Asian global bank, the major investment lender in Asia Pacific, and one of the top Islamic banks in the country. CIMB is a Malaysian bank that offers consumer, wholesale, Islamic and investment management service. This company has the largest retail branch network in the area, with 1,060 locations throughout Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, and Cambodia. This organization employs around 43,000 employees in 17 different nations. CIMB Bank, Malaysia's second largest commercial bank, dominates all consumer banking products.
Good day, Doctor. I am Shamni Ravi, number metric 289999. Today, I am going to present profitability, solvency, and coverage ratio analysis. From the table, we can be seen that CMB group of companies' performance in 2021 was significantly lower than 2017. This might be due to the government's lockdown in 2019 and the moratorium, which is no loan installment payment for 6 months, and that bank offered during the lockdown periods. The first graph depicts the profitability ratios of CMB groups of companies in terms of gross profit margin, net profit margin, operating profit margin, return on asset, and return on equity. The graph clearly shows that the company's performance peaks in 2018 and then begins to decline dramatically from 2019 to 2021. A reasonable gross profit margin ratio would be between 50 and 90%. The CMB group's gross profit margin and operational profit margin was highest in 2018 and lowest in 2021. In comparison to previous years, ROA and ROE were highest in 2019. This might be because the epidemic and lockdowns, which allow CMB group to make more money with fewer investment and less corporate asset buying and selling. After that, the second graph shows the outcome of financial statement analysis in terms of solvency ratio. Financial health is defined as a solvency ratio of less than or equal to 20 or 30%. The lower a company's solvency ratio is, the more like it is for to fail on its debt commitments. The graph above depicts the conclusion of interest coverage ratio generated from financial analysis of CMB Group financial statements. A greater interest coverage ratio shows that the firm is in better financial shape and can satisfy its interest commitments. The overall company performance was greatest in the year 2018 and 2019, which was before the COVID-19 pandemic. According to this review of CMB Group financial statement, in terms of profitability, solvency, and coverage ratio, the performance in 2021 was worse despite the fact that the entire year was marked by lockdown and limitation, as well as second moratorium announced by governments. As a result, that might be explanation for the CMB Group's pure performance in that year. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello doctor, my name is Muhammad Faiz Imam bin Ismail and my metric number is 285672. Today I will present on the topic related to liquidity, inventory and investor ratio of CIMB Group Holding Berhad from 2017-2021. Based on the following table, the financial ratio performance of CIMB Group Holding Berhad fluctuated and mostly declined after 2019. This may be due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which forced the banking sector to close operation due to movement control order to the point of incurring loss. This in turn caused the company to experience economic collapse and recession. Based on the graph, we can see that the liquidity ratio of CIMB Holding Group Berhad from 2017-2021. The graph above shows the liquidity ratio of CIMB company, which consists of current ratio and fast ratio. Based on the graph, the current ratio from 2017-2019 is flat and declining in 2020, before rising again in 2021. While the quick asset ratio is flat from 2017-2021 and upward in 2021, the current ratio of a good bank should always be greater than 1. This shows CIMB Group Holding Berhad can cover short-term debt. While the inventory graph can be concluded that the inventory ratio of CIMB Group Holding Berhad from 2017-2021 is fluctuating. A low inventory will indicate weak company sales. Based on what was seen, CIMB Group Holding Berhad showed a high inventory ratio and was efficient in managing inventory, thus reducing storage and other. The following is a graph of investor ratios. We can see the graph shows CIMB Group Holding Berhad has an efficient investment ratio, although slightly declining in 2019. All of them show a sharp decline in 2019. This may be due to movement control orders that make investors reluctant to take risks. This ratio is particularly important for earnings per share, which is calculated as a company's profit divided by outstanding shares from investors to assess the company's ability to maintain profits and continue to generate positive return in their investment.
Hi everyone, I'm Gina and Susai. My metric number is 282881. The financial strength of CIMB Corporation. Assigning a value based on creditworthiness of a different asset. Throughout 2018, the group's internal grading system has been used to assign grades to a variety of assets. Through reduced unnecessary expenditure and increased investment in digital capabilities and technology, the competitive advantages has been strengthened for CIMB Corporation. On other hand, the financial weaknesses of CIMB Group Corporation, the audit team may use the evaluation's recommendation to shore up vulnerability areas like the presentation of the anticipated data. The internal control are crucial for auditors to validate the financial record. The group of the bank do not expect any material financial impact from the alpha monitoring and potential changes the accounting rules the interpretation. It is possible to influence the ratios analysis by the facilitating of company's financial statement. It is possible that management manipulated this number of to make it seem like the company did better than it really did.
Hi and good day, doctor. I'm Anjali Rajamohan with metric number 285428. Would like to present about the solution to reduce the financial statements weakness. Some of the concerns that CIMB Bank should address include financial statement manipulation, changes in accounting regulation, and a firm's accounting report being distorted by expansion. First and foremost, accounting function should be separated. The segregation is a critical element of an effective control environment. Administration can minimize the possibility of fraud by having this solution in their firms. Secondly, we can reduce the financial statements weakness by adjusting the opening balance of affected component of equity. In an institution using a different strategy in accounting, they should modify the opening balance of influence component of each equity as well as the amount disclosed for each period presented, as if the new accounting policy act has always been applied. Last but not least, a firm can set a strong tone at the top for reduce their financial statements weakness. Internal accounting model cannot retrieve the absence of the company or a firm tone at the top. Management shall model the ethical values, demonstrate dedication to integrity and honesty to maintain a high level of standard. All ethics and belief and process should be conveyed to all levels of the organization through written policies. Good day everyone, my name is Lidiana. So based on the analysis of CIMB financial statements in terms of profitability, solvency and coverage ratio, the overall firm performance was at its best in the years of 2018 and 2019. Considering that the whole year was depicted by lockdown and constraints, the performance in 2021 was much worse. As a result, the CIMB company's performance gap in that year could be explained by the analysis. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the company's highest economic results from 2017 to 2021 in terms of investor ratio was in 2018. Investors will be enticed to invest because of the company's profits. Due to the lack of proper controls and an audit trail to track the beginning and end of transactions, system objectives are frequently missed. They have found that the company's internal controls are unreliable, necessitating the employment of extensive auditing techniques by the 3 limited auditors. Therefore, the company can reduce the financial weaknesses of CIMB Group Holdings Berhad by taking the suggestion provided. That's all from our group. Thank you.